along the years, I have worked with a lot of, especially Hispanic people, because of my
Mhm.
background, and it's been great to help people buy, sell, doing investment, or second home, different kind of transactions. And it's been exciting, and it has helped me grow so much as a person.
Hey, I'm Nate Carver, and welcome to Between Two Doors. Hey, this is Nate Carver with Between Two Doors, and our guest today is Diana Gomez, a real estate agent up in North Texas. Say hi, Diana.
Hey Nathan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So where in North Texas are you?
Well, we are physically located in McKinney, so Collin County, but we offer services pretty much all around the Metroplex.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the real estate business?
Well, October this year will be my 8th year in real estate.
Oh, wow. So, well, let's go back 8 years. Let's talk about this. Tell me, what was it that got you into real estate to be a real estate agent?
Well, it was a series of things that happened, but the first thing that got me pretty much thinking about real estate, Nathan, um, years ago. I'm originally from Venezuela, and I've migrated to different countries. Before living in the States, I was living in Canada.
Oh,
And yes, and I have a background, and I am a electronic engineer. So I was working over there, and I went to this Rich Dad seminar
by Robert Kiyosaki?
by Robert
Yep.
Kiyosaki. So, that's ring, ring, ring. Hey, real estate. That is something that, you should do. Is a great investment, blah, blah, blah. And really got my attention at the time. My idea was to invest in real estate. Long story short, we moved to the States. I had my kids. I had my kids in Canada, but we came, they were little. My little one was having some learning challenges. So I decided to stay with him. I wasn't working. And I helped him during therapy. And there was a moment when I said, well, I have to do something for myself. And I remembered, hey, I wanted to invest in real estate. At that time, we also decided to buy a house. And I was talking to the agent. I was asking her, hey, how is it? How do you like it? Do you have time to be with your kids? I don't know if I want to go back to my engineering job because it's going to be so demanding and I want to be around my kids. And you think that when you're a realtor, you have a lot of free time, which is not real. But,
You do if
but
you don't have any business.
yeah,
So,
if you are, with a lot of time in your hand, is because you have no business at all. So anyway, I thought, you can handle your own time, which in
yeah.
some way is true, but honestly, your clients dictate a lot of your time. Anyway, I decided that I wanted to get my license in real estate. And at that time, I was still thinking about investing. But I said, well, I could take one or two clients here and there and maybe help some people. I have lived in different countries, different cities. I have moved several times. So I know the challenges and how hard it is to move around. And I have had good agents helping me along the way. And I knew how important it is to have someone holding your hand on this moment. So I had my first transaction. First, it was a rental. And from that rental, I got an investor and they bought their first investment house with me. Um, Probably I got my license in October and they bought their house in January. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the process and being able to help people with my knowledge about investments. By that time, we were already getting ready to buy our investment homes as well. So it was
Hmm.
really exciting to be able to help people. Then I got a first time home buyer, and it was even a warmest experience because investors is all about numbers. But when you work with a first time home buyer, it's, all the anxiety about, am I doing the right thing? Uh, and help me with the process. And along the years, I've worked with a lot of, especially Hispanic people because of my
Hmm.
background. And it's been great to help people buy, sell, doing investment or, second home, different kind of transactions. And, it's been exciting, and it has helped me grow so much as a person.
What did it mean to you, that first transaction for a first time home buyer, when y'all were at the closing table and they've signed the last document and that you hand them the keys? What did that mean? Yeah, what did it mean to you and them, both of y'all?
Well, it was really exciting. She was a single mom.
Okay.
So it was for her, it was really nerve breaking. She was like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? And we had to look for a lot of houses. At the beginning, she wasn't realistic with her budget and what she could afford with her budget. So it was a lot of talking and conversation to make her realize, hey, with your budget, this is the area that you can afford. Uh, it was a lot of, it's a different word. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing more psychology than real estate from time to time. But it's that hand holding, that connection, and to
Yeah.
being able to explain and to make sure that they feel secure during the
Yep.
process. And the day that she got her, the key of her house, and she was able to tell her kids, hey, we have a house and it's ours, and we don't have to keep moving because we're renting, and this belonged to us. It was amazing. I don't know who wanted to cry more, if her or myself. So it was really for her. We still keep in touch. um
Good.
i i i, I work hard to you know continue that connection
Hmm.
with my clients. I reach out to them. I try to keep in touch as much as I can, because they become family in some way. You there are so many emotions that you go through during the house buying or house selling process. There are emotions, there are, situations, there are so many challenges that we try to mitigate, but there are things that sometimes are out of our control. You are working with different people on the other side of the transaction, and even there are surprises on our client side. Like, once I had a client that there was a lien on his house from his ex-wife, but he bought the house before marrying her. So
Oh,
she had
wow.
no right over the property. And so whoever put the lien didn't know that she wasn't an owner. She was never on the deed, but they
Hmm.
put a lien on her name on that address.
Wow.
So things like that, that really you are not expecting to happen, but
Right.
that happen. And you have to help your client connect with the right professionals, and to help them find, all the solutions along the process.
Right. And figuring out how to navigate through that to
Yeah.
their first goal, which is getting that house. So for you, so have you personally bought any investment properties yet? Is that
Yes.
okay? Good.
Yes.
Go.
Yes, we have bought two investment properties, and we also own a couple of doors, like around 200 doors in apartments.
Oh yes, excellent. Good for you. In 8 years' time, is
Yeah.
that about right? Fantastic. Good. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So tell me, in the 8 years, are there any funny? I would love to hear a funny or a crazy or I can't believe this happened story in real estate. Change the names to protect the guilty.
Yes, yeah, yeah, of course. But well, this was a funny story. I had clients, really nice friends of mine. They were selling their home. I was helping them to sell their home, and we were also on the buying side. So we put their house on the market. Their house was a gorgeous, tiny house with a beautiful pool, and the photographer did such an amazing job. We put the photos on MLS, we put the house on the market. It wasn't, that was, way before COVID. So the market wasn't that crazy, but still, we put the house on the market. And 3 days later, we had multiple offers and people fighting over the house. We put the house on the market, I think it was like Tuesday, and by Friday, we already had an executed contract. We had open houses scheduled for Saturday and Sunday. And uh, we canceled the open house after we executed the contract. I think it was either really late Friday or early Saturday, but there was people who knew there was an open house because there was flyers everywhere and so many buzz around it in social media. And my clients, they had the, I don't know, the bad habit to never lock their house.
Oh no.
So they were in their house, they were at the pool having fun with family, and they had people pretty much showing up for the open house. They
Oh,
had people walking around the house, and they didn't even know who, there was people walking in there.
nice. Oh boy. It's like you go to a family reunion and someone just crashes that, or they're related to you and you don't know who they are because you've never met them. That's funny. That
Yeah. So that was, they called me like, did you cancel the open house? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I canceled it. Well, there was people here. And I'm like, well, lock the door.
you got to turn the
You're
lights off.
selling the house. You're selling
Yeah.
the house. There will be people that look at the sign outside and they just wanted to come in.
Yep.
Lock the door. I know we're in a safe country. We're in a safe area. Thankfully, we they never had any problem with that. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was it was an interesting thing to happen. I never anticipated something like that, but I think that sometimes happens.
Well, I've had back-to-back open houses to go to as a lender and helping out a real estate agent. And I've gotten the addresses backwards in my map. And I go to the first one at the right time, wrong location. And I've just walked right in. It's been it's a wonder nobody shot me. So it,
Yes.
yeah,
Well,
it happens. So
I think it had sometimes, I don't know if scary, but kind of uncomfortable situation that, you're going to show a house, and sometimes it's not the owner, but a tenant who's living there.
yeah.
And sometimes they are not notified, or they have been notified, but they're not happy about showing the house. And I have had people, screaming at me and telling me things. And thankfully, nobody going with the gun, but it's been like, and with the client, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. They didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's looking to list their home to sell? They're going to list their
Well,
home.
yeah. To whoever is going to list their home, it's really important that they know what the agent is going to do for them.
Hmm.
Because right now there are so many agents out there, and not everybody takes this you know, professionally, but there are great agents as well.
Yeah.
And good marketing is going to make a big difference, in way to reach out to potential buyers. But also, right now, you have to work with an agent that tells you the truth. You have to be realistic with the prices if you want to sell the house.
Yeah.
uh, because the market is slow, especially whoever is reselling is competing against new construction, especially over here in the Collin County. Some of the cities are building like crazy, and that's really hurting the resale side of the houses. So you really need to get with someone who's gonna do amazing marketing, that has a great team of people that is going to leverage as well, like we leverage with you, the listings, and get great marketing as well. So it is really, really important to get all of that when you're listing a house, because um, right now the competition is hard, and you don't want to be the house sitting on the market for 3 4 months, because the longer the houses stay in the market, the lower the price you're going to get.
Right. I gotcha. And for your first time home buyers, what would you tell them?
Well, I'm going to be honest, Nathan. First, get a great lender. Right? Probably someone like you. Yeah.
Right.
No, but yes, no, honestly, this process is really important. You need a good agent, but you also need a good bank, a good mortgage broker, mortgage professional that is going to help you understand your finances,
Hmm.
understand, even prepare yourself, because sometimes you think you're not ready, but you are. Or
Yeah.
sometimes you think this is it, this is the year I'm buying my house. And you tell the agent, hey, let's go. I love these houses. And some agents don't do the full due diligence, but usually you have to get pre qualified first. And when you get pre qualified first, the lender could tell you, hey, maybe you need to get rid of this collection, or hey, you recently bought this car or this filtration system, or all kind of different things that people do. And right now your credit is not in the best shape. Get your credit together before buying a house. And I think a mortgage professional will be one of the best partners along the way. And there is nothing that we can do to, we can love showing houses,
Hmm.
but if your numbers are not correct, and if you don't have a pre-qualification and pre-approval preferable, then honestly, that's the first step.
Right. Yeah. I'd tell people that'll listen to me. I'm like, look, you know, you don't know what you qualify for. And with a good mortgage lender that's invested in you can build a clear mortgage plan, whether it's to buy in 30 days or a year, that plan will get you into a home and suddenly know it doesn't matter how long it took. It's your home on that day. That's the day that matters the most, is the day you get to buy your own home. And sometimes they don't know. And just a little bit of tweaking of a credit score, credit history, financial records, or whatever, and getting it accurate can literally save a new home buyer $100,000 over the lifetime of the loan, tens of thousands of dollars in closing cost. And that's what a good lender does. And it makes most best use of your time. If maybe you have wine taste, but a beer budget, and maybe you can't afford that $750,000 home today, but maybe you can afford a $300,000 home. I don't know. Once a good loan lender has put your loan application together, you will know exactly what your limit is, and then you've got the assurance that no matter what you go look at, as long as it's below that price point, you can get it. You can close that house. That house is yours. So anyway, yeah, that's my soapbox.
Well, no,
So
that's true. And I always have that conversation. Your first home is not going to be your forever home.
that's right.
So why don't we get started with something that you can afford? Probably is not your dream home. It's okay. There is rarely someone who buys their first home that has everything that they have been dreaming of.
Yeah,
So let's start with something, and that could be your first investment home. And that's what I like the most, is to tell them, hey, this could be your first investment home, and you can leave this as a rental and get another one. And now you're building wealth for yourself.
that's right. Diana, how can somebody best get a hold of you?
Well, they can reach to us. We are a small team, we're a family team. So they can reach out to us. Well, they can call me to my phone number is 925-899-6402. They can email at info@thegomezteam.net. And also they can go to our webpage. It's thegomezteam.net.
Awesome.
Yes, and we are in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, pretty much everywhere as the Gomez Team Realtors.
Nice. I'll put all of your contact information down below or above somewhere, wherever this gets platformed. That's where we'll get your contact information on there. That was awesome talking to you, Diana. Folks, if
Oh,
you're looking to get a real estate agent to help you find a home or buy a home in the Collin County area of North Texas, reach out to Diana. Started in Venezuela to Canada to Texas, had her own aspirations and dreams of buying a home and investment properties, has done that for herself in less than 8 years. That's just hats off to you for that. Passionate about real estate and clearly care for your clients and their well-being. And it was good. It was great talking to you.
it was really nice talking to you, Nathan. Thank you very much for having me.